Hi YouTube, Eric here. Today I'm going to do some field leveling of my container. When I put my container down, it ended up settling, and these two doors have gotten hard to open simply because this container is leaning over about 1 inch every 6 feet. And so I'm going to jack up this corner, and I'm going to stick something underneath this corner, and then the container will be level. So let me show you the tools I'm going to use. First, I've got a magnetic level, and this is just so I can get quick and dirty into the right range. And then I've got a 6-foot door level, which is what I'm really going to use for making sure I'm true. And then the gadget I'm going to be using to jack this thing on up is this rascal, and it just uses a bottle jack. And the bottle jack sits on the ground, and this cam goes into the cam lock of the container, and the bottle jack sits underneath. It's a 20-ton bottle jack, and this container is filled with household items. And so this will allow me to jack up the corner of the container. This thing's all pretty heavy, but okay. So to get this right, you got to get the bottle jack straight. And of course, I'm putting this on dirt, so it wants to kind of waddle around a little bit. There goes the container, moving on upward. Look at that. Like I said, this is a 20-ton bottle jack, and the container weighs 10,500 pounds empty. It's a double door, and it's a 40-foot high cube. And there's probably $35,000 or 35,000 pounds of household goods in here, one kind or another. Take me higher. Where are we at on the bubble? Getting there. Still need to go a little ways. I think I'm at the top of the stroke again. Well, shucks. Whoa! Ooh. Wow, that was cool. I'm glad my hands were nowhere near any of this. Well, let's try a redo. obviously we're going to have to get something a little bit more secure underneath here. Like Mr. Brick. And because the whole darn thing just moved, the original hole is off. Get away from me, bee. Well, I've just decided this appears to be pretty critical. Getting the bottle jack lined up with the cam lock. Although this thing seems to be resting on this hinge, supporting itself, and that seems good. So this contraption here is not centered. The bottle jack isn't, but the bottle jack is centered on where it wants to pivot. And this time, if anything, I'm angling slightly the other way, since we have seen a pattern now twice. I think I better get a brick rack ready. Okay, I've got 2 bricks at the ready to try to wing in here, underneath here, if I can. I should have brought a little spade, you know that? Well, here we go again. Ooh, I can hear my cheap China jack already leaking. Is it leaking here? No, it's leaking on this one. Off camera, I'm taking my big level. And right now we're off. Oh, hardly anything. If I was building a house, I'd be happy with that, but I gotta get it high enough to sit on these 2 bricks, I think. Well, here. That's as far up as the China jack will go. A little bit more safe now that I got 1 brick in there. I have to move my camera just a little bit. Oh. The brick hasn't broken in half yet. I thought that might happen. Okay. No way am I letting my fingers get near this thing. Okay. I'll check a before and after level. Oh boy, that looks like it's just spot on right there. I know it's going to sink a little bit. I'm going to let the jack down. Yeah, look at that. Ooh. by 3/8 of an inch maybe on 6 feet. That's better than it was. Way better. We're still spot on this way. Cool beans. If you have a crane, you can accurately drop down the container right on a set of footings. We didn't have a crane, so this got dropped off on a truck, and when he pulled off, I didn't know to chain it, but it moved forward about 4 feet, and I had leveled the pad up to about where its footprint was supposed to be, and it started to fall off at an angle. So that's how it got unsettled in the first place. So there you have it, YouTube. If you've got a pack rat in your family and you have to have containers to hold stuff, well, and you need to level the container in the field, I tell you what, this is one way you can do it. There are other ways. Of course, if you have a 20-ton crane, you might be able to do it too. I don't have one of those. What I have is a 20-ton bottle jack. So hopefully this will be helpful to you, and I guess I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.